Hi everyone, it's Sunday, September 29th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. Starting with Europe this week, editor Andrea Guolo reports that the British 36 ox remains stable around 75 cents in sterling, while Irish ox is steady at 70 cents per kilo, but in euros. Here, as in everywhere else, quality is an important factor in the hide price. The tanneries working with bulls in Europe had some issues this week, and certain origins saw more declines in prices. With regard to cows, Andrea says that the situation is very complicated, and hides from some European origins are earning far more than others, although there were not a lot of contracts signed last week. In his analysis, Andrea looks ahead to Lineapel and the reasons for the pessimistic expectations that people have. And he also takes a look at the status of hide supplies in warehouses. And while we're talking about Lineapel, we want to let you know that Andrea will be reporting from the fair this week, so keep an eye on the HideNet website for updates. In the U.S. market, activity was a little more lively this week in comparison to the reports from the past couple. Packers were able to squeeze out yet another week of steady prices on steers, but the rest of the market is still a struggle. Heavy Texas steers, which saw a little bit of trading this week, sold at prices steady to the previous at $27 for 62-64 pound averages. With regard to U.S. slaughter, the total for the week is estimated at 648,000, down just 10,000 hides from the previous period. Combined export sales for the week ending September 19th were lower at 588,000. And combined shipments were also down this week at 562,600. In our observations, we're taking a look at the current market that is definitely tiered. In the past, it has been also, but that was more often based on quality within a selection. But now it's more a case of the popular Packer steers versus everything else. Turning to South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports from Brazil that after last week's decline, raw hide prices remain stable at 63 cents in reals, which is about 15 US cents per kilo. TR1 was also unchanged at 45 to 48 US cents per square foot. In other news from Brazil, footwear production was up more than 11% in July, and in August, exports grew in volume, but not in value. There's also a story about Frigol adopting artificial intelligence for the traceability of cattle and beef from the farm to the table. And in news from elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina's leather sector is asking for a cut in taxes on rawhide shipments. Mexico's footwear sector is nervously awaiting a government response about the upcoming decrease in tariffs set to take effect soon on imported shoes. Peru's efforts to boost the footwear sector within its country, and the major decrease in footwear sales in Venezuela this year. So that's all we have for today. Until next week, good night from HideNet.